In this video, we are going to be analysing Tesla. We can see on Friday, it did close down minus 7.5%. Not a good time. We are now down at its 52-week low. All quite concerning stuff. But if you are starting to get long and or short or looking targets, we're going to go through all the technical levels. But obviously, the main driver of stocks is always down to the fundamentals. So always be making sure you understand their fundamentals, why they move and how they move off this kind of news, because the technicals can give you good entries and good exits, but they shouldn't be your sole reason for the trade. But one thing to note as well on Tesla is we are seeing them having trouble in Berlin, in their Gigafactory. So just you take this into account. If we see more news on this or any rumors coming around this thing, it could definitely affect their earnings. So definitely something to keep an eye on, because obviously if their earnings are most likely to decrease, so is that stock price. So though, if you are looking for some long entry targets, what are we looking at? Really, obviously $200, key psychological level. We definitely probably will see a bit of buying push coming in as we push down to this level. But the key statistical level is 197. So if we do continue to fade through that 200, that would be the level we'd be expecting at least a bounce. If we did continue low, though, we are looking at 180, 150, 141, 103, and that would definitely be a strong level. And if for any reason we sold off very hard, very unlikely, but then we would be looking at $55. Now, the way to use these levels is not thinking, okay, we're definitely going down to that lowest level of $55. Instead, you only need to pay attention to the closest level you're at. So as of right now, our closest statistical level is at 198. We can see we've just retested this first deviation and sold off. So what this does indicate to us is more than likely we are crashing all the way down to 198, and that's how you use these levels. If you break a level, you expect the move to the next one, and we don't mean just like break by meaning smash through it. We mean a break, a retest, and a fail. So here we retested the resistance and then we failed down. So this indicates 198. Now on the other hand, if you're looking more for targets or short targets, what would we be paying attention to? And 245 and 255, two statistical means. Now these aren't levels I tend to personally trade off all that much, because the way statistical means work is that is where you expect the stock to reverse to. So really trading it at its mean is you're just taking on a lot of risk. You don't know what way it's going. You're not getting it either overbought or oversold. You're just getting it at kind of a fair value considering the last 6 months and the 1 year on the two charts. So really we would wait for a push at least to go through it at 292 and 295. This is where, if you are long, definitely areas to be looking in profits. But also if you are looking to short the stock, this is the first level we would be willing to short at. Now if we broke higher, we would be looking at 333, 340. That didn't place. There we go. 340, 372, 387, and final levels going at to 410 and 435. And again, the same thing like we said when we talked about the support levels. There is a lot of lines. There is a lot of support and resistances on it. So you can't be paying attention to all of them. You can't be thinking, okay, we're definitely going to $56 or we're definitely going to $435. It's not how these levels work. All you ever need to pay attention to is where we are now. So these are really the only levels you need to pay attention to. We've broken the we retested the 120, the 220. We failed. Now we're going down to the 198. That's really how you use these levels. Now, if we broke down the 198, we came back to retest it, and again selling pressure kicked in. You would expect to move to 180. On the other hand, if we come down to 198, we would still expect it to come down to here, at least hit that target. Then we may get a bounce. If we do, and we're able to break over that 218, what you want to see is a break above it, come back to retest it as a support, and if it holds, then you can expect to push to 245. So that's how you really use these levels. But again, trading strictly off these, you're probably not the best idea. You want to be backed up with the fundamentals or have a fundamental reason to be buying or shorting this stock. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, why not drop a like and subscribe and check out one of these two analysis videos.